So, Radovan, you just basically got frog marched by 3 town militia into a jail cell and locked up. Kia left standing in the street with a WTF look on her face, and Raisa hiding, looking at Kia, also with a WTF look on her face. So that's where we kind of ended up. So yeah, anyone want to take the initiative and what they want to do right now?
I'm hiding.
I'm gonna cry in my cell, but quietly. You know, just a
one of those drunken cries. One of those drunken emotional cries. Right.
And I'm gonna be following behind the guards, not trying to cause any disturbance, but just following to see where they're taking him and saying my last goodbyes, I guess.
Well,
I'll be ghosting in the shadows.
There you go. Last word is he's facing a 3-month prison sentence.
3 months.
Yeah, you didn't.
What?
You were too drunk to remember that last week. Yeah, I told you last week. 3 months.
That. Oh,
3 months for drunk. The law states that it is illegal in the town of Scarrow to be drunk between the hours of 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. during a work week. And you were seriously drunk, and the penalty is 3 months imprisonment.
I was just looking at the clouds as they took
No
shape.
trial, no judge, just...
Yeah, seriously, wait. Whoa. Okay.
Well, you know, give the due process a time, man. They just thrown you in jail.
Due process, my ass. Get me representation now. Someone.
You demand your lawyer?
I don't know if exist.
I am Radovan's lawyer.
Yeah, the elf. Yeah, get the elf.
Yeah, you're gonna advocate for him, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm so screwed.
Well, he's quietly sobbing in his cell.
I'm still crying.
The arresting militiaman approaches you and says, "You know, we'll set a trial date for him. Probably be in about 2 or 3 days. We're not exactly, you know, overly busy with criminal cases right now. Whenever the Lord's free to come and, you know, weigh his justice."
Can we at least post bail and keep him safe in the
Bail?
room in a tavern?
Oh no, there's no bail. Not unless the Lord says he's going to be let out on his own reconnaissance, which I don't see that happening.
Interesting. Well, would you mind if I go visit the Lord himself?
Oh, not at all. Go visit him,
Raisa?
see what he says.
Would you like to come with me, Raisa?
I'm not within speaking distance of you right
Dang
now,
it.
but I'm sure if you walk outside, I'll find you
All right.
quickly.
Alright, I step out trying to look very authoritative and just walking towards the Lord's house, Lord Yarn Spinner.
Alrighty, so you're heading over to Yarn Spinner's little ad about here. Okay. Well, as soon as Radovan is locked up in jail, you can be the icon, the party icon. We'll move you over here. Okay. Raisa, are you going with, or are you staying hidden?
I will stay hidden, but following.
Okay.
Unless Kia maybe tries to speak with me, but right now I am hiding.
Okay. All right. Well, there's plenty of places for you to hide. I mean, you're near the docks. There's tons of barrels, crates. There's trees and stuff like that. It's not difficult for a racer to be disappearing herself. Okay, so here you arrive at the front door. You notice the militiamen are kind of quietly sniggering to themselves as you get close.
Knock on the door.
Okay, the door is once again opened by the pompous manservant of Lord Yarnspinner, who immediately looks down his nose at you. Yes?
Hello, sir. May I speak to Lord Yarn Spinner at this time, please?
I will see if his lordship is available and taking visitation at this moment. Wait here, please.
Thank you, sir.
There's no need to be mocking my professional tone. Thank you very much, my dear.
No, I'm not mocking. This is how I speak formally.
Okay, he wanders back down the main hallway, leaving the door open so you can kind of see into the hall. He goes down, knocks on the door, enters, and about 2 minutes later he comes strolling back, pulling out his waistcoat, straightening himself up. Lord Yarnspinner will indeed see you now. This way,
yes,
ma'am.
Thank you. Yes.
Alrighty, so you are basically taken down the hallway, and he once again ceremonially opens the door, where the dashing Lord Yardspinner is standing looking at you. He says, "Oh, what a pleasant surprise.
Yes, well, indeed, it is a pleasant surprise, and
May I
take a
interest
step
you
in.
a glass of wine? Oh, are you by yourself?
I am. I am,
Oh,
Lord.
wonderful, wonderful. Shut the door, would you please?
Sure thing.
Alrighty. He kind of looks at you and says to you, why don't you come here and take a seat by the fireplace? It's much more
Indeed.
cozy and comfortable
Indeed.
here.
I walk over and sit down.
Alrighty. So, you take your seat next to his lordship. Once you're there, he offers you once again offers you a full glass of wine, with a big smile on his face.
I take the glass and just kind of, just stir it a little bit, and I say, I have something I wish to discuss with you, Lord Yarn Spinner.
Oh, well, certainly. What can I do for you?
Do you remember the young priest of St. Cuthbert, part of my party, who came in here earlier?
Oh,
He was very
absolutely,
nice.
yes. I trust he is well?
Well, I wouldn't really call it well. As you know, this is our first time in the city, and we believe we did not know all of the laws of this land. And
He kind of
it
looks at
looks
you with a
like
concerned look.
looks like our angel cleric seems to be intoxicated between hours where he shouldn't be, and landed himself straight in prison. Yeah.
Oh, that
So
won't
sad.
do. That won't do at all. Oh, how will it look if I imprison a cleric of St. Cuthbert for breaking the law? Oh, I mean, ignorance is, of course, no excuse. However, I don't care for the implications or the grief that would cause... that would be caused myself or Scarrow if a member of the Church of the Law-Abiding Order of St. Cuthbert were to be arrested. What would the rest of his order say? Oh,
You're right.
he says,
Yes.
we must go and see to this at once.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, he seems
Right
to
at
have
once.
somewhat of a sarcastic grin on his face as he says most of this.
Okay.
He says, well, after you. Oh, please, of course, finish your drink.
No, it's all right. I now understand the rules here, and I thank you for your drink, but I'll pass this time.
Alrighty. Well, he gets up and walks and opens the door courteously for you. Step this way.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, he kind of walks out into the hallway, straight to the front door. Upon arriving there, he turns to his manservant and says, I will be stepping out. I have some issues to attend to. If you would let anybody that should come calling know, I'll be back probably in an hour. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
heads out the door.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. So Racer, you see Kia and Lord Yarnspinner come wandering out down to the tavern. Or sorry, the tavern, the guardhouse. Immediately he goes, straight through the door with a air of authority, wanders straight up to the militiaman and says, "What's all this about? I hear that you have arrested the priest of St. Cuthbert." "Oh, yes, sir. Found him drunk as a skunk. Very inebriated, staggering all over the place he was, down by the beer tent." He goes, "And at 11 o'clock in the morning." He says, "Oh, that is indeed a harsh thing to have such a reputable priest be arrested here in our town for law breaking." "Yes, sir. Very funny indeed." Okay, he comes over and kind of taps on the bars. Are you awake? You, priest!
Oh! What? Yeah, give me a minute.
Is that man crying? Crying?
No, I'm
There's
not
no
crying.
crying! There's no crying in baseball! Giggles number 1.
Sorry. I'm not crying, man. I'm not crying. Hey. Oh, it's you, Mr. Whipple. Hey. How you doing?
Lord Yarnspinner, if you don't mind.
Alright,
Under
yarn
these
basket.
circumstances, I do believe we should stick to our formal titles.
Yeah.
Priest of St. Cuthbert, no less.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, hey, Kia.
Is it, did you relieve him of his weaponry? Yes, sir. Good. Well, let him out then. Come on. The guard comes over and opens the door. He says, I do apologize about this. Of course, it is very unfortunate, but the law is the law, and as a priest of St. Cuthbert, I understand you're very familiar with the fact that ignorance offers no defense in these situations, but I'm sure we will take care of this issue for you. Don't worry. Don't fuss yourself. Why don't you and your lady friend here... Where's the other? Is she around town?
Oh, Risa, she's lurking somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Well, never mind. Come along. Come back to my house. We'll discuss this matter. And two of the guards kind of walk up as if they're gonna assist him with you. And he says, No, I'm sure there won't be any need for that. He says, kind of raising an eyebrow and looking directly at Radovan questioningly. Not gonna cause me any trouble, are you?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. Well, come along then.
All right. Do I have to walk like you?
He says, if you can get from here to the house would be sufficient.
Okay.
He says, I don't think you could walk like me. You seem to be
hold on
staggering
to
somewhat.
Well, shove a stick up
one
the
side
butt,
Alrighty, so
still drunk.
they take you back to his house, and once again back into his study. He escorts you in, this time not offering you a drink, strangely enough. Can you believe it? What? So, once inside, now Racer, I mean, you've seen them. Do you wish to go catch up and get involved, or are you just going to continue to...
Nope,
lurk?
I am not going in there.
Alrighty.
Dang it.
Okay, so once Radovan is in the study, along with Kia and his lordship, he says, now, what are we going to do about this? And he kind of looks very puzzled. He said, I can't not arrest you, because if I was to go around, you know, offering favoritism, especially to a priest of St. Cuthbert who really should know better, it would very, very quickly escalate that, you know, I'm a pushover, and we can't have that at all. And, you know, the law is the law. So I don't really see an option but to allow you to be a custodian of ours for the next 3 months. Oh, what to do.
You know, these are really comfortable chairs.
He said, yes,
Just-
a lot more
just saying.
comfortable than the wooden bench that you're going to be enjoying for the next 3 weeks.
You're over there. Hey, sorry, I was facing your other... yeah, okay.
Yes,
There you are.
We are here discussing whether or not you're going to be locked away or not. You might wish to pay attention.
I'm paying as much attention as, you know, your brandy affords me.
Lord?
It was good brandy. Yeah, you gave it to
Oh,
me
well,
earlier.
of course. You know, the brandy that you, I should have said to you, don't walk around town drinking this. It slipped my mind.
Well,
Unfortunately.
May I interject?
Of course. Petrol Vincent, thanks for the follow.
Obviously, Radovan is in a very inebriated state, so if I could speak on his behalf,
Oh, by
I
all
believe
means.
we should be able to work out some kind of deal here. Do you remember why we visited you the first time?
You were looking for a wizard, I believe. GG Shark, thanks for the follow. I do believe you were looking for a certain wizard that had been missing. I requested 2 or 3 of my men go looking for him, as I said to you that I would. They left a few hours ago.
Right. And you believe he is out on a boat somewhere in the lake.
Oh, not
correct?
necessarily. I believe that
Not
he was
necessarily?
last seen out fishing on a boat. Where he is now, I couldn't tell you. But if he's on the lake, my men will find him.
Perhaps in the... Well, what?
Your law makes no sense, sir.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it makes no sense. Look, it's wrong to kill people here, right? In this village of fish and...
Obviously.
Alright, so...
You haven't done that as well, have you?
No, I did other things that the ladies might think is a little worse last time, but those were bad men. They were jerks. You see, I can't kill a person anytime, any place in this town, right?
Correct.
So why?
Well, unless in the strictest form of self-defense, of course.
Why do you have open alcohol establishments in a tent, which is essentially outside, but not allow people to walk around? Like, I wanted to go home, back to the inn to enjoy more of that. But no, your guard stopped me before I could. I was just going my way back.
Ah, yes, but you see, drank to excess. That's the problem. Having a drink or two is fine.
What is excess anyway? Excess? You got an excess of
fish?
You could barely
stand,
I ain't going
man.
to jail.
Look at you.
I was fine. This chair's really comfortable, but I was okay.
Well, I have 3 guards that said otherwise. Don't worry, there'll be a trial in a few days, and then you can plead your case then.
This is ridiculous. I'm a priest. They're militiamen.
Radovan.
They got forks and pitchies.
Shh. Just calm down. Just calm down, buddy.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Kia. You're right. You're right.
So you're not really helping yourself,
You're not making much sense.
No, I'm making more sense than I know.
Okay. All right. Yes, you are.
Yes, he may be making a lot of sense to himself. To the rest of us, maybe not so much.
So, Lord Yardspinner,
yes,
would you consider perhaps hiring the 3 of us to do a little dirty work out with the boats? Like, we can help you clean the boats.
Awfully sorry, I can't. As the Lord, I can't hire a known criminal. How would that look?
Why don't you hire?
I mean, maybe after he served his sentence in 3 months' time, we might discuss some possible employment. Yes. Oh.
So there's
wonderful.
no going
you've just given me the most wonderful idea. Yes, I think I know the solution.
I ain't swimming.
You're not swimming? No. There'll be no need for swimming.
I ain't fishing either.
Yes, TG2, thanks for the follow. No, you see, there is a provision that we could apply here. Now, you see, as this is your first offense here in Scarrow, and it is not one of the most serious crimes, as Lord, I could pardon you. If you had in the past performed some great service for the town of Scarrow or its ruler. You haven't done that by chance, have you? Have you ever done anything for me or my town? Really?
We were traveling from Sorrowmorn with a caravan, and there were bad people a part of the caravan.
Right.
And they were going to make it here and, do horrible things to your local townspeople. And I, with Kia's help, of course, she was instrumental. Yes. And the other chick, what's her name? Where is she, by the way? What? Reza!
No, stay with me. Stay with me.
They would have been here.
And you know for sure that they were coming here to do harm to the town. A fact, yes?
They're not going to stop with the
If I may speak.
There was a knife involved, and,
If I may speak.
A knife?
Little haircuts.
Radovan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lord Yardspinner.
Did you say hair products? What?
I have personal experience with what he is speaking about. 3 men, they were on your way to your town. They
when you say
actually
on
attacked
the way
me.
to the town, how far away from the town were they?
Well, do you know where the little the farm is? About halfway between here and
Oh yes, about 2 days. 2 days out. Yes, you see, that would have been outside of my jurisdiction, and unfortunately, as such, I can't employ any means to use that as his defense, seeing as it was not in my, as I said, in my jurisdiction. That otherwise would have been a wonderful suggestion. So what do we do? Have you done anything else for Scarrow that you know of? Anything inside the town? Yes?
So, okay, I'll say one more thing and then I'll defer to my friend over here. We got these tattoos, you see? These, cool but really fucked up.
Another reason why you shouldn't get drunk.
No.
You all went out and all got matching tattoos?
This was not our choice. There are these bad men who gave it to us, and we were in this tavern in this horrible place. We woke up, and this drunk lady had it, and we barely got out of there with our lives. And she exploded, and the whole tavern was leveled, and people died, and we were fortunate enough to get out by the will of St. Cuthbert. So you keep us in this town as like whatever. We'll do that to you when we don't want to do that to you. So you should just let us leave, find Mr. Meiji Poo or whatever his name is, and we'll be good.
Yeah.
Lord
Yes.
Yards.
I think he's a little drunker than he actually appears, isn't he?
Yes, Lord Yarn Spinner.
Yes.
By all due respect, you told me that barn was not part of your jurisdiction.
Correct.
But in fact, when I talked to the two women who were living there, they specifically told me that the barn was in your jurisdiction and the guards ruled their land. Is that not true?
No, not at all.
So you're telling me these girls lied?
I'm saying that they're quite probably mistaken. Yes, I mean, it doesn't mean that they may not come here for assistance, but technically they are not under my dominion. I do apologize. So what do we do? Has he done nothing to assist the town? Oh, wait a second. Oh, this is a good day, yes. Now, suppose instead I was to commute his sentence for, say, a few days and release him on his word as a law-abiding priest of St. Cuthbert, then perhaps in that time you could perform an act of service. And then at the time of judgment I could, in all good conscience, pardon him for said act. Yes, this'll work. And I have an idea exactly of what he can do, or you can do, all of you, yes. Seeing as you were, after all, the people that assisted the town of Sorrowmorn recently, yes? I remember you telling me. What do you think, priest? If I was to let you loose by yourself for a few days with your friends, you promise you wouldn't run away? Make sure you come back and stand trial? I mean, you are a priest of St. Cuthbert after all. Your word is your bond.
This is entrapment.
Oh, not at all.
It is entrapment.
Not at all. I didn't ask you to get drunk. I didn't tell you to drink all that alcohol. You see, you have to be responsible.
I am responsible, damn it. Things I've done already.
Plenty of people at the docks have a drink or two at lunchtime, but don't get completely inebriated.
The guy who got me hammered, he was working the dock. I don't forget his name, but he was a dude, and he was as drunk as me.
He was. Do you have his name? We'll have him arrested.
If I give you his name, will you commute my sentence?
Well, no. But
well, then why would I tell you his name?
I'll make sure that he gets arrested. Well, because you just told me.
There's nothing wrong with getting drunk in the middle of the day.
But it is here. It's against the law.
Why? It makes no sense.
Lord Yardspinner, can I perhaps speak to you in private?
Oh, yeah.
If you can get your drunken friend to leave us for a few moments, yes.
Radovan?
I'll go.
He says, yes, these are exactly the reasons we have these laws, you see. In a town such as this, where we brew our own whiskey, and it is a very industrious town, everybody is expected here to work. And unfortunately, too many people in the past have taken toll on their, things have taken toll on their ability to perform their duties by drinking a little too much, hence, about a year ago, we imposed this law.
I understand. It's very, very understandable. Are we alone now?
Yes. Radovan is around, yeah. Okay, so you're going to try to charm person this guy, aren't you?
You caught on. Is Radovan out of the room?
Yes, it looks like he left the room, yes.
Alright. So I'm going to
Our Lord is going to make his willpower check.
Oh, no.
I'm going to kind of touch his shoulder a little bit.
Okay. He seems to be exceptionally strong-willed. Unfortunately, while he does tend to smile at you a lot and enjoy the fact that you're touching him, you get the distinct impression that would happen regardless. And he doesn't seem to have succumbed to your charms. He says, look, I really am sorry, but this is the best thing. I can definitely... I want to work with him. I don't want to have him locked up here for three months. And there is something that people
you sound a little
No. I'd much rather let him free, and would, as I said, I would happily commute his sentence, as he is a priest of St. Cuthbert, and
Okay.
from what I understand, he would be excommunicated if he was to violate the law. So, if he gives me his word that he will come back here to stand trial, I will give the three of you the opportunity to assist me in the town, and therefore allow the clause to be enacted and set him free. Now, I do think that's very reasonable. Of course, I don't have to do this by any means.
May I make the decision for him right here?
No, he's going to have to make that decision. Well, actually, each of you will have to make that decision.
Alright. Well, let's go talk to them then. And try to get them to accept.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Do you know where your other friend is? And we haven't seen her today.
She's lurking. She's probably right outside of the doors.
Oh, well, I hope she didn't break into my house.
No, just outside of the doors of your
Well,
house.
good. Come along then. Alright, so he basically wanders outside the door. You find Radovan propped up in the hallway, mumbling to himself, I'm sure. He says, well, why don't you go and find your friend, and then the three of you come back here and give me your decision.
Yes, Lord.
Now, I'm going to, at this time, because I don't have his word, I'm going to release him into your custody, so I need you to give me your word that you will not allow him to escape or run from the town, and you will not do so either. I'd hate to have to arrest you as well.
So you're saying that I promise to not
I want you to make sure that
physically help him out of the cell?
No, I'm not going to lock him back up. I'm going to let you go out and have a discussion. What I'm saying is that when you go out to find your friends, you'll make sure he doesn't try to run for it.
Alright.
If not, I can always call the guards and have them come and get him and take him back to his cell if you'd prefer.
I promise that I will not allow him to run away.
And you will not assist him
in all
any way.
my power. I will not assist him.
Well, very
It'll
good.
be his choice.
I believe you, my dear. Now, off you go, and come back as soon as you can and let me know of your answer.
Thank you.
And time is of the essence.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. See ya.
Alrighty. So, you're going to head out with Radovan and go look for Racer?
Yes.
Okay.
I would have been
ghost
watching
cop.
the door. So, I will see them as soon as I exit.
Okay. Right, yeah, so they come out the door. Radovan is looking slightly more stable than he was before. I mean, all these shocking events are starting to sober him up a
Freaking
little bit.
Radovan.
Damn Radovan.
Hey,
Okay.
what's up? What did he say? What did you do?
Alright. You are going to accept the best offer that he came up with. He's going to let you go while you're awaiting a trial. And the three of us are going to do a little bit of community service. And, you know, we'll be fine. While we're here, we can wait for the wizard to come back. We can snoop around. I think that's probably the best option you're going to get, or else probably Raisa and I will leave you here. So, we're not sticking around for 3 months. What do you think?
Raisa, you know what's going on?
No, I don't. I just know what she just said.
Yep.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it would be better if you were sober to make this decision.
Well, I'm okay. Look, all right. This is ridiculous above all things, okay? And this is entrapment. I don't care. I mean, I care about the law, obviously, but this law doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
You know what? We're visitors in his town. I don't trust the guy, but it's his law, and he is the law. So...
Yeah, unfortunately, as a priest of St. Cuthbert, law, I mean...
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
it really... I mean, you're probably very right, and it does all seem remarkably coincidental and convenient. But,
No, I know.
kind of between
I mean,
a rock and a hard place.
Do we even
I think
know
we
what he's
should
going to
just
ask us to
accept
do? We don't even know what he's going to...
If not, we get the heck out of there. Never come back.
Well, that's in violation. I mean, that won't fly.
Yeah, but only if they catch us.
Now, it's got severe consequences for Radovan if he does that.
Yeah, God, that ain't happening. I'm sorry. I mean, if we accept it, what he said is accurate. We'll have to comply.
Well, it's way better than you sitting in prison for 3 months and you're probably gonna die because of your stupid, mysterious tattoo. So.
Well, yeah. Well, you're gonna die if you just leave me there to rot. So.
I'd have a better chance of escaping.
Look. You know,
I can find another muscly man to take lead.
You find another muscly man. Mm-hmm. You'll just charm him too, huh?
Hey, random guy, we have tattoos that are gonna kill us, and you're gonna help us get rid of them. We're not gonna pay you or anything. You're just gonna do it.
Hey, I can charm people. I'm not trying to be mean here, Radovan. I just think you should consider this option as I think it's our best option.
Right.
I'm just kind of confused at this point because I wasn't there for the whole conversation.
Do
but
either
I'm
of you
just
want to actually clue Racer into what's been going on? If you remember, last thing Racer knows is he was arrested, and then you went to the
Jail?
you basically went to his house and came out, and then had this discussion. So she really is kind of in the dark.
Yeah.
So, do we know what he wants us to do?
We don't.
We do not.
We can ask.
So why don't we go ask him together?
All together. Yeah.
All together.
We're off to see Lord Yarn Spinner.
Yeah, let's go meet the law, you know? Let's go.
Mr. I am the law. Okay. So, once again,
I'm not
you're
very happy
escorted
about
to
this.
our
Who is?
friendly local Lord Yarn Spinner. Aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky that you're in such
So
a
lucky. Where's the
pleasant
butler?
town? Right, yeah, the butler leads you in there, as per normal.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So here you are in Lord Yarn Spinner's abode. He says, so, are you interested in having this sentence commuted? I really hope so. I'd hate to have to lock you up.
What is it exactly you want us to do for you?
Well, this is what came to my mind. You see, there was something that I lost. Well, I didn't lose it. My family lost it. And I think you're the right people to get it back. It's a family heirloom that was long lost. Recent information, however, suggests it may not, in fact, be as lost as we first thought. And I personally would consider it a great service if you would retrieve it for me, and then, of course, I could pardon you.
Where is this lost treasure?
Well, let's not get too far advanced. Let me give you a little bit of information. It was lost many years ago by my uncle Eronimus. He and some of his full friends
Don't really care.
of his had located some lost ruins deep within our
Let's
forest.
skip to the fact.
Don't really care.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
what she said.
Then off you go. Go find the amulet. Off you go. Goodbye. You're still here.
Okay, we were a little bit hasty there. We just want exactly what we need to know in order to
And
find
this
the
is
kid. We
information
don't care.
you will need to know.
Okay.
We
As I
need
was
to
saying,
know
Seems-
erotica, your uncle, what?
No, Uncle Eronimus.
Eronimus?
Yes. He and some of his friends had located some lost ruins deep within our forest here. Apparently went delving into them, never returned, blah blah blah. No one knows his exact whereabouts. But anyway, the wizard that you spoke of earlier did tell me a few weeks ago that he had discovered these said ruins, and I was actually going to hire him and some mercenaries to go retrieve it, but as you are aware, he's disappeared. But lucky me, you guys are here. And of course, you've done heroic things for the town of Saramorn, so automatically I'm thinking to myself that you might be able to assist us.
Mm-hmm.
So go retrieve my family treasure, and we'll call it quits.
I'm gonna need this in writing.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Contracts.
And
I need a written agreement, signed in triplicates, sent to some third-party witness.
Personal seal.
Uh-huh. Just like that brandy, huh?
Well, again, I didn't ask you to drink the whole bottle in that very morning, sir. No, you must take responsibility for your own actions.
It's
You can't defer
midnight
the blame to me.
somewhere, man. It's midnight somewhere. All right? What difference is it? I wasn't causing any trouble. Get the documents, let us see it, and we'll do your damn quest.
He said, excellent. Now, let me see here. He makes his way over to his table, starts writing. After a few minutes, stamps something. This should suffice.
Should.
Well, as soon as our friend here wants to have said document, let him read it and make sure he's happy.
Alright, hand it over. Let me read it.
Alrighty. Gimlar, thanks for the follow. Basically, it says, in a nutshell, what he said, that you promise to return here in no more than 4 days, and that if you should return with the amulet, then he will pardon you of your previous incidental crimes, and that you are currently still technically under arrest, but you're released on your own reconnaissance for that time, as long as you've given your word, blah, blah, blah. And if you should skip town, he will post warrants, notify the church that you have done so, and have the militia come hunt you down.
Alright, I'll sign it.
Alrighty. And he already has done so. He says, now, let me see. I do think, because if I remember rightly, I have a sketch of this thing here somewhere. He said, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Ah, yes, here it is. Okay, basically he pulls out from the drawer what looks like some kind of rubbing. You guys should be able to see that. This is what you're looking for?
Amulet.
Yes. You know, it's made of silver. It's about 3 inches across. There's it's a blue diamond, if I remember, in the center. Kind of circular, interwoven patterns, blah, blah, blah. You've seen one amulet, you've seen them all, but this is the one you're looking for. You can keep this, here. And he hands it to you.
Did he tell us the direction that we're heading to look for this amulet?
Nope. But of course,
So-
everybody's been kind of telling him to cut to the chase, and he hasn't really been giving
Everyone?
much information. Well,
Everyone?
not everybody, maybe, but the group, those that have been speaking to him have been.
Okay. So Raisa is going to read her contract.
Okay. Well,
And-
actually, it doesn't pertain to you or Keeliana at all. You don't
But
have to.
he asked,
No.
Yes.
You two could just leave him to it and let him do it by himself if you want to.
sounds like fun. But I think he requested triplicates, did he not?
I did say sign in triplicate.
Okay.
And
Well,
witness.
I'll have to make 2 more copies if you've got a few moments.
So I would like to just take a read of it here, and I'm just going to, as he's working on it, I'll say, this looks fairly good. I just have a few more questions, if you don't mind, Lord Yarnspinner.
Yes. No. That's obviously understandable.
Where are we going to be heading to
Well,
find these ruins?
before our wizard friend disappeared, he did actually leave me this. Some information that he'd managed to come up with. And he hands you a sketched out piece of paper signed Silas Lucius Vanden.
Okay, so from the watchtower. So, how far is the watchtower from here?
He said the watchtower is on the outskirts of town.
So from the watchtower, head northwest. Go
Will we have
directly
enough-
into the depth.
So
Well,
you
we
have
have
Should I read
Yeah.
this?
a full day. There's a river that flows west. Follow it west until you see a bank of washed out limestone. Okay, so basically I'm going to read this and I'm going to say, do you know how far it is from the river to the bank with the washed out limestone?
Well, I know where the Great Ash is at the center of the clearing that this refers to, which is, if you head out this morning, you'll arrive there before this evening. And then it says here, I do believe, almost 1 full day after there. So by my reckoning, 2 days there, 2 days back, 4 days.
So there's like,
yeah. I'm gonna cut you off right there. I'm gonna say, this is sounds wonderful, pending a perfect trip. And we all know that perfect trips never happen. And the chances of us encountering, shall we say, unsightly folk are quite high. 4 days seems like a fairly stiff timeline. Is there perhaps negotiation that we can do to extend that a little bit? On the clear understanding that we do not want to come short of our timeline. We want to make sure that we return in time to honor said contract.
I am a very reasonable person, and I've listened to everything you've said, and it makes perfect sense. So what do you say, that I should add an additional day to this? Make it 5 days?
I would go as
Another
far
thing
as
we
No,
have
no,
to-
I'm not
2
going
days.
10. 10 is exorbitant.
Another thing we have to consider is: are you going to provide us with horses to make this journey, or are we walking?
Horses would be futile in the forest.
Okay, well, you have to understand too. Our priest friend here does carry quite the cumbersome load on him. So
Hey,
the amount
I'm not
of
cumbersome, I'm big boned. Wait.
Radovan, shush. You're gonna get a look.
Fine. Sorry.
The amount of ground that Key and I can cover in a day far exceeds the amount of ground that he can cover in a day.
Well, I'm talking, I was talking more at a leisurely stroll pace. I mean, he should very easily be able to do that in the time frame that I've said. Alex, thanks for following.
Could we get him a scooter?
Here's what we'll do. I don't want to seem unreasonable, and in good faith, I will extend it to 6 days. That gives you 2 days, 48 hours leeway. That should be more than enough. Does that sound fair?
And what should happen if we make this journey and we do not find the amulet that you don't 100% know is there?
Then all bets are off, and he's going to be arrested.
Did I go boom?
Well, I guess we have to find it then.
Well, I mean,
And
otherwise...
you only
Otherwise,
have the one lead?
seriously, you have to realize, if I was to say, oh no, well, if you can't find it, that's fine, what's to stop you going into the woods, camping for 3 or 4 days, showing back up, couldn't find it, sorry, but later.
The same thing that would stop Radovan from giving you his word and not keeping it.
Yes,
Yes.
while I have faith in the priesthood of St. Cuthbert, I have less faith in one that breaks the law.
Well, I
That
have
was
absolutely no faith in a man
undisclosed.
seeking a woman's medallion.
Radovan!
What? I'm sorry.
He is drunk.
A law that was undisclosed.
He said, all laws are posted at the town hall. They could all have been read by any of you if you'd have bothered to go and check.
And you, as our host, if you would have bothered to enlighten us, we would have known that you
Damn
chose
Skippy.
Okay, he says, look, I've tried to be extremely cordial with you people under the circumstances. I think I've given you more than enough leeway to solve this problem for you. You seem to forget, I don't have to do this. I could just lock him up.
I
He said,
tell a
I
good
have an
story.
entire town to run. I cannot worry about whether random people come into the town, come visit me every morning, every afternoon, every night, and check on the local laws. That's your responsibility.
You've had no visitors since we've been here.
Yes, I have.
Who?
Well, that's none of your
your
business. He said
butler?
I've visited. He said I've met with at least 7 people.
Yeah, your butler's mom.
Yes. I see this is quite futile. Let's go get the guard, shall we?
No, we're doing it. It's
Then
signed.
go and do
Let's
it.
Go.
You're starting to try my patience, priest.
Family jewels you. This is okay. We're going. Yeah. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm out.
Okay. He kind of takes the piece of paper with the instructions, walks over and stuffs it in your hand. Here. 6 days. After that, I'm issuing warrants for your arrest. All of yours.
No.
Yes.
I see nothing in that contract that has my name.
No, it doesn't. But I'll consider that if he doesn't return in 6 days, I'll consider that aiding and abetting unless you can prove that he's dead somewhere.
I have nothing to do with him.
Well, it seems that you do.
I do not.
Well, then you're on your own, priest.
I'll just follow him, but I have nothing to do with him.
He says, well, come along then. I think you need to leave. You've tried my patience enough. I've got matters of state to attend to. Here I am bantering with known criminals. Or criminal. Let me apologize. You haven't done anything wrong yet.
You can just change the law. Just saying.
Yes, I could actually. And I'd be
What
right,
point is
and
it
I'd be
was
within my
supposed-
rights to do so.
Let's just get out of here. Come on. Let's go do this thing.
Toodaloo.